Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I am doing the weekly reading today for all signs. This is a collective reading and yeah, what else? I've been away for a little bit. So I'm trying to get back into the groove. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and sharing and helping my channel to grow. And oh, remember that when you see this, this is the week ahead for you. Oh, and forgotten all the things. My readings are timeless and what am I trying to say? For everybody. Even if there's like this one is for all everyone, but pretty much all of my readings are. Even if it says a certain zodiac sign. So if this doesn't resonate for you, feel free to check out any of my other videos because they are all timeless and all placements. That's what I was trying to say. Mojo Tarot is here and the sun. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Kipper deck. We've got Toil and Labor, 38. Courthouse, 23. Mature Man, 5. Oh, 2 5s there. Because 23 breaks down to a 5. Ooh, Distant Horizons, 36. Here, leave these so you can see them. And JoJo made it too. Thanks for joining. And Journey, 10. Wow. Wow, the Distant Horizons and the Journey card both speak of travel and speak of time. Can speak to, like distant horizons is something that can be a long time from now, but I feel like with Journey coming after it, there's something here that we'll say you have been working toward for a very long time, potentially a very long time, or could feel like it. And you're finally kind of closing that gap. You're finally to that point where you're ready to launch something. It's like if you've ever traveled, you spend the time kind of planning, mapping out where you want to go, saving your money, getting all of your, ducks in a row, all the things in place. And then the day finally comes when you finally get to go. Maybe there's something here around. Maybe you've been waiting on, with Courthouse here. You've been waiting on some kind of finalization. Is that the right word? Of something that you've been working on for a long time. You've been trying to have something resolved through the courts. And it's taken a long time. Finally, you get to that point where you're like, oh, I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move to the next stage, the next level, the next thing, whatever that is. You've matured through this process. You've put a lot of effort into something and you've learned a lot. You could have gained some kind of status. through everything that you've been through what you've learned. And it's possible that, this everybody's on a different timeline. So it could be where you're still working towards something where it feels so far away, but actually it's not as far as it seems. Or maybe you're aware you've come a great distance, and it won't be much longer now before you get to I keep getting launch yourself into the stratosphere, launch a new something. So, okay. Um, I like being able to show the cards. Hey, Redbeard made it. Yay, and Ophelia Star. So awesome. So glad you guys are here. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know. I'll just leave these here for now. Um, let me go with the oh, my cards fell. Oh my god. Okay, Osho Zen Tarot. We've got the Fool, Aries energy. Let's see. I don't even know what to do here. Okay. We've got the Fool and Flowering. This is the Queen of Rainbows. Queen of Pentacles. Suppression, 10 of Fire. Guilt, 8 of Air. Projection, 7 of Water. Wow. Wow. This is interesting. Because here with the Fool, we have this new beginning. Feeling very excited, following the beauty, not being too concerned about any pitfalls, feeling confident that everything's going to work out somehow. Taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. And I feel like it either leads to this energy, to this place of feeling super balanced and connected, grounded, just really like, I mean, that light bubble around her kind of looks like a donut, like living within the sacred donut. um and just being really like being there on top of the water, like being very emotionally stable. um it feels like the risk pays off, or that it's feels safe to take a risk because of knowing that you've got you're protected. Now this could also be taking a leap of faith with somebody who is um seems very grounded, very stable, very connected spiritually, physically. There's a lot of love here with the green. Like her whole lower half is all green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. Doing something you love, or embarking on something with someone that you love or who embodies a lot of love. So, but then we've got all of these cards of challenge and strife, self-inflicted. This is all self-inflicted, especially these two cards. it's like being overcome by what by fear, worst case scenario thinking, which is fear. It all boils down to fear in the end. If it's not love, it's fear. Um, there's something, it almost feels like you're struggling. You could be struggling with maybe moving on, moving on from where you were. You've worked very hard at something. Through your own efforts, you've come to this really wonderful place. But it's almost, I mean, there's almost this sense of toxic positivity where it's like, oh, everything's wonderful. I'm living in the sacred donut. and mean at night or deep down subconsciously, or in your own private time, you find yourself feeling really worried. You feel bad, feeling guilty. I keep looking at the clouds up here and the clouds here. It's like there is clear skies, are clear skies, there's flowers, there's beauty if you can get up and out of this all this negative thinking that is holding you back. For some reason, you don't feel worthy of the really good things coming in with projections. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with um, thinking you need to show up in a certain way to please somebody else. That's a part of the guilt. Maybe you feel like you have to suppress your natural confidence and beauty, to suppress your abundance and prosperity, because that might rock the boat. You could potentially feel guilty because you're successful and you're finding yourself, yeah, like moving ahead, moving up, ready to start something new, and you could feel like you're leaving someone behind. This is very common. Is There's the idea of the fear of success, which is not talked about nearly as much as the fear of failure. The fear of success, one of the things can be um, the worry that people don't approve because that's not what we do. Like feeling that you're gonna rise up and others are gonna be left behind, and there's gonna be some kind of backlash, like familial stuff, like, who do you think you are? You think you're better than us or me or whatever. Um, Somehow you feel like you can't be authentic because of some guilt that you're carrying. Maybe, potentially. Apply it as it fits, as always. Yes, all of my cards fell. Isn't that fun? All right, so let me. Yeah, I wish my table was bigger. Okay, so going with the good tarot. Oh, and there was kitty confirmation, wasn't there? I was so caught up in trying to translate the cards. Oh, there we go. We got some more kitty confirmation. Okay, we've got the 6 of fire. Oh, that's interesting. The 9 of fire. Okay, I kind of see what's yeah, page of water. Kitty and I see what's going on here, I think. Mhm. Page of earth. Got a couple pages here now. You could have kids. You could be dealing with someone who has kids, someone who's younger, or you're starting out on something new, temptation. It's the devil in other decks. Yeah, see, okay. This feels like you're you're doing something that is putting you in the spotlight somehow. You are becoming a beacon for others. I love this card so much. This is the card of um, the enlightened influencer, and I don't mean enlightened like I don't know, holier than thou. I've got everything figured out. It's more like enlightenment is about illuminating something, um, having coming to an understanding, ascending to the next level. So you're on this path. You're rising up through a lot of your own efforts, and you're an inspiration to others. But you have all of this fear and uncertainty. You're very cautious about how you're leading people, where you're leading people. Like I get kind of a little bit of the imposter syndrome thing, feeling like I'm just flying along. I'm doing my own thing. And whoa, look behind you. Oh, and I've got a few people following me. Um not not really realizing or not focusing on the fact that this is a ship being carried by the balloon, whereas these are all just regular hot air balloons, people in their baskets. You've created something that is unique, that is special. You're doing something that is catching the attention of others. And you're like, I don't know. Like, I was just doing my own thing. Like, you're going farther and faster. Like, that's one of the things that I see in this is normally, a ship on the water is going to it takes time. It needs to sail around, different obstacles. It needs to navigate. Whereas, with the balloon, it's just like flying right over all the things that normally you would have to deal with. But there's that feeling being like, I don't know. And so with the page of water and the page of earth, I feel like this is happening. This feeling, this imposter syndrome, this caution, being very cautious, is because you are doing something very new where you are kind of outside of your comfort zone. You're master builder, clearly, and other people see this, but for you, it's like you're moving into a new realm, and you feel excited. You're doing something that maybe makes you feel young again. You understand the merit of putting in effort and hard work to create something that is not only beneficial to you but beneficial to others as well. And there's this kind of optimistic part of you. This is similar energy to the Fool for me, this Page of Water, in this deck specifically, because it is about this childlike optimism and like being playful, having fun, doing what you love without worrying too much about the outcome, but also keeping an eye on what you need to do to be successful, to create something that is tangible. The temptation card is, I don't know, maybe you're worried that maybe a part of your fear is that you will get caught up in the excitement of it all, in the kind of all the praise that you get, all the accolades, people kind of flocking to you, and you could be afraid that you're going to overindulge in that, lose your sense of humility. um and ultimately there could be something here around um feeling feeling guilty about all the good that you're accomplishing, and that kind of causes you to self-sabotage, to lose your way, or this might be the fear that you have. You could be this could also be where you're further along in your journey. Whoa. More kitty confirmation. You're further along in your journey, and you're cautious and uncertain because you've got these people who are following you, who are, what's the term, wet behind the ears, who, they're just starting out and they see you as somebody who's like a mentor, a guide, something like this. Maybe you have a couple people who are like want to become your students, your disciples, something like this. And you could, mm, yeah, with this temptation, maybe this is something where you're kind of doing something on your own and you have people starting to flock to you and be like, kind of glob onto you. And you want to help, but maybe you recognize that it could turn into a toxic situation. Like maybe maybe you see it as the kind of thing where you want to teach people how to stand on their own 2 feet, but because of their inexperience and their immaturity in some way, um, they're looking to you as their support in a way, rather than realizing that you're just leading the way. It's not about you at all. It's about you. You feel like the point of all of this is to show people that they can do it too. It's not so that you can be this kind of all powerful like deity or something. But there is that temptation there that, you kind of fall into that place of, well, I want to help people, but now I'm the one with all the knowledge, and now people are worshiping me in a way, and that can feel really good. Beware, be what is it? It's like beware of um caring what people think of you, not just in the negative sense, but in the positive sense as well. Kind of stepping out of your own way, out of the ego of that place of wanting the attention and the praise and all that. So, um, ooh, I'm gonna go with the spirit animal oracle. Hey, Rebecca made it. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Anyone else I miss? Okay. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Lucky number 13. Claim your independence. That's really interesting. Whatever you're doing, you you are perfectly fine on your own. You just need to stay in your own lane and keep your head down and focused on what it is that you love, what it is that you know you need to do. There will be others coming to you. You can always say, "Hey, um thanks so much for following me, but I am not currently in the I don't know, in the role that you are wanting me to be." Or maybe that's a part of what you want to teach people is like, learning to set healthy boundaries and do things on their own. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Next to the cat. Which I point this out a lot. This is the one card that my cats have chewed on. Mouse spirit. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. 34. Yeah, this is all about, it's just like I said, staying in your own lane, head down, boots on the ground, um, focusing on where you're at now as a way to propel you forward in the direction you want to go. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. 37. Be generous of spirit. Generous of spirit speaks to me of being that beacon without trying to be that beacon, without trying to, without allowing yourself to get into that position of power over others. This is leading by example. That's where your power comes from. Let me get one more. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love and who. But yeah, definitely in this is why you're doing what you're doing, because it's enjoyable to you, because you love it. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. This is you being loyal to yourself. That's a part of be generous of spirit, of sharing your light, your greatness with the world, just by being yourself, just by doing what is meaningful to you. Try your best to stay in the moment, which can be tricky sometimes. But whatever you're doing, even with all this fear, and kind of this concern, this guilt, feeling like you need to be different than you are. Try to recognize that it truly is about being authentic, exactly how you are. There's no need to change yourself to try and appease someone else. So let me finish with a chakra card. Crown chakra connection. I recognize the interconnectedness of all life. I honor my connection to all that is. I embody universal love. I am worthy of God's unconditional love. I am open to new connections and possibilities as I explore the gift of consciousness. I am always connected. Yeah, see, I feel like you are trying to, or there is a message here of recognizing the power of connections, of other people, having those connections with other people in your life, because it's a reminder of what you are embodying. It's a reminder of this kind of philosophy that you are taking on about just doing your thing and being this shining beacon, but also not getting a big head about it. Because when it comes down to it, we are all, it's all, we're all connected in the same way to each other, to source, the universe. You having this understanding is a part of your power and is why you are drawing people to you. So anyway, I'll just leave it there. Um, this is amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thanks again so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.